Hello and welcome to Online Appliance Tech. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to replace the main control board on this GE washer and program it correctly to the correct ID, which is called personal ID. So let's get started. So one thing you want to do is make sure you have the right part number for your washer. If you need help with this, you can go to Online Appliance Parts Hub, and also I'll leave a link in the description below to Online Appliance Parts Hub if you need help. Or you can just type this in their search bar and it'll pull up the correct model for your machine and correct board. So anytime you order the OEM board, which I always recommend, it should come with this card. It will help you program the machine, and also I'll go through this information in this video. And also just make sure the board itself is not damaged before you start taking the panel off and so forth. Okay, first thing first is you want to make sure you unplug it. Then you're going to remove the back two screws. They're 1/4 bits. You can use a hand tool or drill, and counterclockwise on both sides. And once we get these two removed, this panel itself will slide off towards its left. So you lift it kind of up and slide it towards its right, my bad. And then slide that off. Pull this forward, I actually press it back and then pull it forward. And I like to always lay it on something soft and disconnect this pressure tube hose. This way you can kind of lay it forward also. So now we're just going to disconnect all the harnesses. But don't worry about taking a picture unless you want to, but they only can go one way. They're kind of dummy proof in a way, so that's a good thing. The only one I really had trouble was with the power button, which I'll show you how to get it off with a little tiny flathead or so forth. So on this power button, you'll press this little tab in, and then you can actually pull it right up fairly easy. So press that little tab in and it'll just come right up. Save you a headache. Okay, moment of truth. It definitely looks like this is the correct board for my model, but you never know. So let's see if everything matches. Make sure it's not damaged and so forth. So as I compare it, yep, everything looks exactly the same. So at this point, I'll just go ahead and remove my 1/4 bits. So when I remove these, I can actually use a drill or a hand tool, but when I put them back on, I definitely just want to use a hand tool. That way I don't break the board by over tightening the board or the screws itself. So now removing all the screws, I can just pull this little plastic piece off, and it's kind of clipped in its all little spots to the control board. I guess it holds it into place. Probably keeps this flush against the front of the panel. Actually pull that knob off the front, it should just pull right off, and that's pretty much it. So then we'll put this to the side and install the new main control board. And it's pretty much the same way. You have two little grooves here in the front that lines with the panel, as you can see right here, these two right there. If you need appliance parts for a repair, Online Appliance Parts Hub offers OEM compatible components for major brands with fast US shipping. Check the description below for the link. So try not to move the plastic part in front of it, just gently put it on top of the panel. And I guess we can leave this wire underneath. So then we'll take this plastic support, I guess we'll call it. It has three little holes it lines up with on the main control board. And like I stated, we definitely want to use a hand tool to tighten this up. We don't want to use a drill and put too much pressure and crack the board. So just take your time and be careful with everything. Also, if you need additional help, say if you're stuck, you're replacing multiple parts and just can't really figure out what's wrong with your washer, you can check out my Patreon. We do have two type of memberships that might be helpful if you need that extra support. You can find that in the links on the top of our YouTube channel, and also I'll leave this link in the description below. Okay, so now we're just going to reconnect the harness, but actually before we do this, connect all the harnesses, I'm going to click the top two buttons and make sure that piece at the front didn't move. Wish I could hear it. You can put this back on if you like now. You just got to line it up correctly. I'll kind of turn it until it lines up and push in, or you can look at it and try to eyeball it, I guess you would say, and it should just click right in. And then at this point, you just connect all your harnesses. Okay, everything's connected. We're going to make sure we connect this pressure tube once we slide the panel back. So let's put this into place. It just slides down and forward. So it clicks down and forward. I'd rather do the both at the same time. That way it's lined up. And then we'll go ahead and connect this pressure tube. If you don't connect this, obviously you'll have a issue with the water level and so forth. Sorry for the dark angle, but here's a picture of where it goes. Just press it in, make sure it's not kinked. Put this back into place, and then we'll put our 2/4 bit screws after reinstall this panel. So we'll just slide this in at an angle and slide it towards its left this time. And it should line up with the two holes on the bottom, or on the right and left where you put your 2/4 bits. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to use this card. This way you can get the information to program your main control board. So you'll text parts to 36564. So then it'll tell you to put in the part number. So you put in the part number and hit send. Make sure I got the right number and hit the send button, just making sure it's right. And then you'll hit this text and it'll pull up the information of how to program this machine. And I'll pop it up here on the screen so you can get a better view. So this is basically what you'll see. So what's going to take place is the LED lights will start to blink, and then you'll hit the start button to select the correct personal ID. So we'll plug it in. As you see, the LED lights are starting to blink. So here you just want to hit the start button until you select the right ID. On this chart here, you go by the model number and find out which LED light should be lit up for your model. So you hit the start button to these lights are aligned with this picture here. And then you hold the start button to program the machine, and then it should work. So if you mess this thing up, and say you don't program it right, here in a minute I'll show you how to put it in diagnostic mode to make sure you have it programmed correctly. So here the personal ID is 43, so I'm just going to press the start button to these blink correspondingly to this picture I have here. Once I have it correct, I'll check one more time. The model 43, and then I'll just hold the start button down until it turns off. And that's it, it's programmed. So say if you messed it up, you can actually go to put it in diagnostic mode to go into the programming mode if you messed it up. So we'll hold the start button down, turn it 7 clicks to the left or right, let go of the start button, give it a minute, and the LED lights will start to blink. So then if you look at the service manual, which is under machine on the left hand side, test 17, or not test, but number 17, if you rotate the knobs and correspond it to the LED lights, which is here, I'll show you which ones that should be lit up, you'll hit the start button. So as you can see now, it's actually not programmed right, so I'll hit the start button until I get it to 43, which I'll just correspond to this chart here, 43, and then I'll just make sure all the LED lights are lit up correctly, and then I'll just hold the start button. So make sure it's correct. And make sure and then hold the start button once I get it correct. Correspond one more time. And that's correct. And then hold. Then the LED lights will stop blinking, and then we're in, well, it's programmed correctly, I guess you would say. Then you'll just put it to your drain and spin cycle and make sure it just stays spin only on your display, and just turn it and make sure everything looks right when you turn your knobs and so forth. Well, that's pretty much it. We'll just go ahead and push it back, hit start, let it run through the cycle, make sure everything works correctly. If you keep on having multiple problems with this machine or stuck, you can check out our Patreon. You can also leave a comment in the description below. If you have a simple question, I'll try to get back with you on that. And yeah, if you could just do me one more favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you want this to be your to-go-to channel. And thank you for watching, and have a good day.